We were such opposites.
Why do you waste your breath in these protests? To develop like the Asian giants or the West, we need a lot of energy. There's no shame in adopting second-hand energy technologies since we will produce shoes, clothes, and other things here and sell them worldwide.
But times have changed. What Asia or other regions did, we cannot do now because the world won't allow it. The climate won't, the trade barons won't, and the robots won't. And what about the effect on natural habitats? That's irreversible. Can't you see?
Who cares if the grey parrot becomes extinct? It never fed anyone. People need jobs now.
And as usual, we would agree to disagree. I'm a teacher and an activist. He's an economist. We saw the world differently. It was the year 2020. My partners and I were ready to change our region's energy policies. Policies that rode on political power and money. We tried to bring change through peaceful protests, international press, and social media, but our governments responded aggressively. In the end, we had no choice. I was among the last to give in. Then my boyfriend asked,
"So, will you marry me now?"
Yes! As I prepared for our wedding, I followed the energy news, watching as our governments agreed to one bad deal after another. As usual, my husband saw no problem with this.
Now we are on the right path. Coal and oil are cheap, and adopting them will give us energy independence. Hydro is well established and has no greenhouse emissions, and we know how to control the risks.
Unless you count the concrete used and the way...
If it works, who cares? Having a centralized energy pool means more power for the region's cities, which are growing faster than the rural areas.
But these older technologies are only bought because they cost more than multiple small renewable systems, which suit our people scattered in rural areas. In the end, you can't be fighting all the time. Little by little, we settled into the routines of children, home, family, and work. Connection of urban households to the electricity grid ramped up, along with repeated scandals on pricing. In the slums, I noticed more tapping into the main lines. Did authorities receive kickbacks to look the other way? Maybe, maybe not. I have to admit, urban energy was better. Charcoal use in the cities reduced and some forest areas were recovering. However, rural areas and city slums were suffering. Where large projects were built, people were forced to move or left because life was too hard. The focus was on industry and urban areas, not rural agriculture. I remember the region's grand gala of 2030, when the last link of the Eastern Africa power pool was actualized. Then, we were exporting oil and manufacturing grew rapidly. Despite my earlier doubts, people are getting jobs and lives are getting better.
See? The great development dream is working.
By the end of the 2030s, would the dream turn out to be merely a mirage?